Welcome to the 365 Performance Show with your host, Scott Dillon.
What's up, everybody? So today I just wanted to talk about goals. Around this time, many people are writing out a bunch of stuff that they hope to accomplish over the next year. One of the problems, though, with a year, especially with the way that the world works these days, is a year is actually quite a long time. And for most of us, what we actually write down and want to accomplish in a year, well, it's definitely possible. The fact of the matter that 12 whole months are there in front of you that allow you the space to achieve it, which allows complacency and allows you to take your foot off the brake and just coast along. So something I want you to consider is, instead of making resolutions, goals, targets, whatever you want to call them, for the next year, to actually put a bit of pressure on yourself and to make it over the next 90 days. The thing about 90 days, 12 weeks, is it's a lot closer. But by having something that is more short-term, it allows the pressure to be placed on yourself so you can give it consistent focus over and over and over again to actually accomplish it. Now with this, I'm not saying that you don't need to plan anything for the whole year, but maybe if you have planned some stuff over the next year, why don't you break it down now into a quarter? Maybe your goal is to lose 30 kilos. Well, what would you need to do? Who would you have to become in order to lose 10 kilos over the next 90 days? If your goal was to go on 2 trips with your family in the next year, well, what would you need to do in the next 90 days to go away on a trip now? Likewise, maybe your goal is to purchase an investment property in the next year. What would you have to do in order to make that happen in the next 90 days? And more importantly, hopefully some of this stuff is there in your little resolutions, but to improve the relationships with those around you, maybe it's with your partner, maybe it's with your kids, what are some things that you could begin doing now, every single week, over the next 12 weeks, to improve that and begin to implement and improve it immediately? I started doing this probably first quarter in 2017, and it drastically improved my results, because like many people, I would write out a bunch of stuff that I wanted to have happen over the past year, over the coming year. The challenge with that was, I would get on it at the start of the new year, but then there'll be this lull period in the middle of the year where I'd get sidetracked, and then when it came to the end of the year, then I was focusing on everything again. So I want you to have a think. In all areas of your life, with your health, with your relationships, with your finance, and with your relationship with yourself, over the next 90 days, what could you actually accomplish if you set your mind to it, and then break that out and work on it in that way? You'll be surprised with what you can actually achieve. With me doing it this way, I ended up writing a book, launching a podcast, doing a bunch of stuff in my business, and getting married, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So just something for you to consider. Hope you have a lovely and amazing 2018, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please head over to the365show.com, where you can gain instant access to our 4-part video series. If you like what we're doing, please leave us a review, and also make sure you're subscribed so you get kept in the loop. And finally, if you know anyone else that could benefit from this show, please share it with them.